Hi guys, I hope that you're well. So many new faces, which is amazing. The subscribers for this channel have absolutely rocketed over the last 2 months, and we can't say thank you enough to everyone that stops by and watches the videos and subscribes and is interested in what we're doing and what Charlotte has done. It's massively appreciated. 40,000 plus subscribers now, which is something I know Charlotte would never have dreamed of achieving, and I think speaking honestly when I say I don't think Mum or I thought that we'd ever get to the stage where we had so many people wanting to look at our content and Charlotte's content, which is just really humbling. Owing to the fact that we have a larger subscriber base, I thought today it would be nice maybe to just go through some photos of Charlotte, and in some cases Charlotte and I, and talk to you about what they mean to me and what they meant to her. So it'll be a bit of a trip down memory lane, and I hope it's something that you enjoy and find interesting. Before we start, however, there have been a few comments, really the minority, and I mean 4 or 5 people who have suggested that the fact that this channel is monetized somehow leads to Mum and I profiting off these videos. I can tell you 100% that's not the case. Any money that this channel makes goes towards the expenses for the charity and or is donated directly to the charity. We completely self-fund, and we would never dream for a minute of taking any of the money from this YouTube revenue and using it on ourselves. It's entirely used on the charity. So I just wanted to clear that up, and hope to clear up any misunderstanding there. So, to start off, I have some photos here that are physical photos, and I will scan or take a photo of them and upload them so you can see them. So the first photo I have is of Ickle person. This is little Charlotte, very young. I don't know how old here, but obviously very young. And she just looks so surprised at the camera, which I love. She's like, "Why are you taking a photo of me? Leave me alone." Very cute little baby. And I don't know, it's strange because obviously I was around Charlotte so much growing up. I can kind of see the resemblance, even then, which I find really odd. It's a very cute one there. And I know that when Charlotte did come along, I was a bit perturbed by this presence that had kind of entered the house, because it was me, Mum and Dad, and we had 2 cats, Biffa and Thomas, and suddenly this thing turned up. This thing was getting an awful lot of attention. So I think our relationship at the very beginning was one of more, who are you and who are you? But as you can see from the next photo, we became pretty firm friends quickly. When I was this age and a bit older, I was nicknamed Malfoy by one of my mum's friends, and it's not difficult to see why, with that bright blonde hair, which is gone now. And Charlotte sitting there again with the dummy in mouth, looking very happy. Again, surprised at the photo, surprised at the camera, perhaps. But she certainly wasn't camera shy when she got older, as we know through all the TV appearances and other things that she did. Now this one I really like because I will overlay the other photo when she's older, and it's a complete accident that these 2 bits of headgear are so similar. And the one when she was older is from the same photo shoot of the photo that was used on the during Charlotte's funeral. And I just think it's so cute, and as I say, the resemblance is so strange to the photo when she was in her late teens. Yeah, really strange, but really kind of nice at the same time. I think the continuity there is really nice. So now I've got some ones that I've taken from the computer that I've just taken photos of for my phone, so I can look at them here. Easter, Christmas, tooth fairies, any occasion, Charlotte loved. She loved Christmas especially, and she loved Easter especially. Gifts and chocolate, I suppose you can't really go too wrong. And I think this photo, some of you may have seen it before, perhaps on our Instagram page, or perhaps on a different video that I've done. I think it really shows that affection for chocolate. and any occasion really. Now these ones here are of Charlotte and Nala, and I really like these because it shows not only that Nala's very old, but it shows that they were such firm friends, and Nala was with Charlotte, you know, right from the age of, oh gosh, 6 until she died, until Charlotte died. And you can see from these photos, this one here, Charlotte has conveniently popped Nala into a pram. I think Nala was her baby in this particular instance. And you can see here, you know, Nala was always friends with Charlotte right to the very end. I think it's really nice. And Nala's still around. Don't know where she is now. She's kicking around somewhere. Slowing down a bit now. She's almost 17, so old puss. This one I liked because I think it's a really good reflection of Charlotte's sense of humour, which is just wacky. I mean, I could have chosen from so many more, but I know she'd look down at me and think, "You git, why have you embarrassed me so much in front of so many people?" But she just loved, you know, putting on a performance basically to make people laugh, and I think it's a good testament to that. And that's actually one of the wigs that she got after her hair was shaved, and she had great fun with those. She never really settled with them. She much preferred to have the shorter hair once she kind of got over the initial shock of having to shave her head, and I think the shorter hair really suited her. And I think again it plays into that idea that prior to her having cancer she was such a different person. She was so reserved and she would hide behind her, you know, longer hair, and then when she had the diagnosis she came out, you know, really fighting and really confident and really a changed person, I think. So this one here I thought I'd include. This is Charlotte and I at our local pub, if you want to call it a pub, local eatery. It's a carvery, but we used to go down there a lot. You know, with our grandparents we'd go down there. We go down there sometimes for birthday meals. It certainly is not the most glamorous place in the world, but you know, it's seen a lot of good times, and I know that's something that she really she enjoyed going. They still do, and they used to do these huge breakfasts which are incredibly cheap and actually quite nice. This photo I thought I'd include. This is Christmas. I was initially confused as to whether this was my 18th, and then of course I looked at Charlotte's hair and the fact there's crackers about and thought that can't be right. Crackers in the background. This is Charlotte and her grandmother. This is my mum's mum. She passed away just after Charlotte, so mum had a lot to deal with that year. She lost Charlotte, her mum and her great aunt in the space of 6 weeks. And Charlotte and Mama, as we called Grandma, were very close. She lived just down the road, literally just down the road. She moved into a flat down there from a village somewhere else in Sussex after my grandfather had died. So we were all very close. You know, we'd see her pretty much every day after school or after work. And she was a fantastic cook. She was Belgian. She was from Flanders. She was from a small village called Herzelen, and she met my grandfather after the Second World War, at the very conclusion of it, when my grandfather, who was an officer, liberated her village, liberated Herzelen, and they met and they married, and when they met they couldn't even speak the same language, because my grandmother was speaking Flemish and my grandfather was speaking English. So they were really close, and you know, towards the end it became difficult because they both became very physically needy, and it was awful, you know, for us, and especially for Charlotte, to kind of have to, I suppose, reconcile herself with the fact that she was actually less able than her 95-year-old grandmother. So yeah, it was strange, but very close, and something that I'll always regret and I think about a lot is that Charlotte never got to go to Belgium actually, and it was always something she wanted to do. Something she wanted to do with me was go over to the old country, if you like, and see where my grandmother had grown up in the village, and our cousins, we've got a load of cousins, another family in Belgium. She never did, which is a great shame. And I think I'll put a photo of what was our family's farm for centuries. I'll put an overlay there because I think it would be nice to maybe in some way have Charlotte in that place she never got to visit together. Now I chose this photo because I think it's not only important for Charlotte's it's not only an important part of Charlotte's cancer journey, obviously losing this hair, but I think it encapsulates something about her which is really important and a really huge part of her personality, because this is the hair that she got cut off and donated to a charity who make human hair wigs for other people with perhaps alopecia or who've lost their hair through a cancer treatment. And it shows just how giving she was and how generous she was. She always consistently, without any resistance, gave to other people, and I think it made her feel good. But I don't think that's why she did it. I think she did it because she genuinely had a very good heart, and she wanted to help other people. She would volunteer in our secondary school, helping children there, some very vulnerable children, and she kind of used her own experience in that regard. She was quite badly bullied at school, and I think it left a real impression on her about how to be nice to people and how to help others, really. Yeah, so I mean, with one more actually. I mean, skimming through these, there's one more. This means a lot to me, because Charlotte was never there when I got there. So, as some of you know, if you've been watching the channel for a while now, I did my master's degree at Cambridge University, and it was always one of my ambitions to end up there. I worked myself into the ground during my undergrad when Charlotte was ill and after she died, down in Southampton, which is just about 60 miles down the coast from where we are now in Brighton. And we went up there, I think this is after my first year at Southampton. We went up there because I was thinking of applying to Cambridge and just had a look around, and it's always been such a shame that Charlotte never got to see me reach that ambition. And it was the same with her grandma actually, because I know she would have been delighted and just so amazed, and I can imagine her telephoning everyone in Belgium and telling them. So it's a really special photograph to me, and I actually had it in a frame on my desk in my college dormitory or college room in Cambridge. Yeah, it's nice, but at the same time kind of, you know, a bit sad that she never got to see that. And I know she would have loved the balls there and the parties and the nights out, you know, because it was something I certainly wasn't used to. It was extravagant. And I think Charlotte, with her love for Louis Vuitton and things fine, would have really liked that. So I think it's a good photo perhaps to end with. In the meantime, we've got a few requests looking and asking us about the newsletter. Excuse me. At the moment there's not a heck of a lot going on. As I said, we've got a load of donations coming in, which is just fantastic. But short of us telling you about the fact that we've got a lot of donations coming in, there just isn't much going on. Obviously the coronavirus pandemic is kind of putting a large halt on everything. It's very difficult for us to go to see Charlotte's lab in King's College London. It's very difficult for us to get up to London. It's very difficult for us to do fundraising events. So we'll see what we can do. But I just wanted to kind of say, if you're curious about a newsletter and why there hasn't been one, that's really why. Work's been very busy for both Mum and I, and we just can't get around, because that's the nature of living with a pandemic. So I just want to say again before I finish, one other thing. Mum asked me to say that she will be back in the video soon, I think. She's taken a short break, no particular reason. I think she just wanted to see how I did it on my own. And I think she'll be back for a video next time we upload, which will be nice. I'm sure she's got her own things to say and her own thanks to put across in regards to the donations and subscriptions that we've been getting. And yeah, no, thank you again. It's been really humbling, and I'm sorry if this video has come across a bit like downbeat. It wasn't meant to at all. It was actually meant to be the opposite. But you know, I suppose when you're going through old photos and things, it does kind of makes you reminisce and miss those times, clearly. And I think I chose some good ones. I wanted to choose ones that kind of I knew I could tell a story about, rather than just pick 100 and go, this is that. So no, thank you for watching again, and hopefully you're all well, hopefully you're all safe. Difficult times, clearly, and Mum and I just want to wish everyone the best, and hope you're all doing well. Thanks a million again, and we'll catch up soon. Bye bye.